Today, we're talking about a major international event that has drawn a lot of global attention.
The leader of Venezuela has recently been arrested by the United States, and this action immediately sparked intense debate around the world.
According to reports, the arrest happened in early January, when the United States launched a military operation inside Venezuela.
During this operation, the leader and his spouse were taken into custody and later transferred to New York for detention.
He has already appeared in federal court in Manhattan, and during the hearing, he denied all the accusations.
He also claimed that he was not legally arrested, but instead said that he had been kidnapped.
So, what are the main charges behind this arrest?
The U.S. Department of Justice had already indicted him back in 2020, accusing him of large-scale drug trafficking and so-called narco-terrorism.
The accusations also include money laundering and cooperation with armed organizations across borders.
From the U.S. legal perspective, if criminal activities have a real impact on the United States or its citizens, the U.S. claims it has jurisdiction.
Another key point is that the United States does not recognize him as a legitimate head of state.
The U.S. argues that the election lacked democratic legitimacy, so he should not enjoy full immunity usually granted to sitting leaders.
But under international law, immunity for heads of state is actually a very complex topic.
Normally, sitting leaders do have strong immunity, but when it involves major crimes such as terrorism or large-scale drug trafficking, the limits of immunity become highly controversial.
This operation has also raised questions about whether it could be considered an act of aggression.
The action involved the use of military force, without authorization from the UN Security Council, and without consent from the Venezuelan government.
That's why many international law scholars believe it fits the definition of using force against another country's sovereignty.
At the same time, the United States argues that this is not a war, but an enforcement action targeting transnational crime.
Inside Venezuela, reactions have been mixed.
Some people feel hopeful about change, while others worry about instability and uncertainty in the future.
What is clear is that this event will continue to influence global politics and international law discussions.
We will keep watching how the legal process develops and how the international community responds.
That's all for today's episode.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.